I can see this mic is a bit touchy. I'm going to try to project. I have a loud voice. I'm a professor, so I have to do that. In his book, Herodotus, The Histories, he talks about Cleisthenes, an important historical figure for us in this process of democracy in the West. And he describes he describes Cleisthenes as coming from a noble family. And from this family, he developed values. And those values were basically that the average person, you had to be understanding of them. And so Cleisthenes also was influenced tremendously by the Iliad and the Odyssey. And for us to quantify how much these books are, I would say these poems, because back then they were poems, they had a tremendous influence on him. And myself and many other historians say that those two epics also had a powerful impact on the process of democracy itself. Now, at this time, Athens was a second-rate kind of city-state in Greece. It was nothing compared to Corinth, all right? But if we're introducing Cleisthenes, we have to take a step back. Wait a minute. How do we get to Cleisthenes? There was a statesman in Athens. His name was Draco, all right? From Draco, we get the word draconian. And he initiates in the middle of the 6th century severe kind of policies. And he's really taking away the rights of Athenian citizens, all right? And these policies are so severe that for the minor infraction, you could be sentenced to death. So he doesn't last very long. And along comes Solon, the lawgiver. And Solon basically takes a bigger view, a benevolent view of rights and freedoms for the Athenian citizens. And he opens up this pathway. Really, Solon is the groundwork for democracy. And Pisistratus is a relative to Cleisthenes. He has this incredible story where he rides into Athens one day with a tall female wearing armor. And he tells the people of Athens, this is Athena, the patron of Athens, all right? And he says that Athena has granted me the right to be tyrant of Athens. Now, the word tyrant meant ruler at that time. And the citizens of Athens said, sounds good. He comes from a noble family. He speaks well. He's a good orator. We'll buy it. And he introduces a series of reforms that build upon Solon's reforms. Free loans and agriculture expansion. The olive from Athens was seen as the best product in the Mediterranean world in terms of olives. Athens goes through a 20-year period of growing and flourishing. It goes from a second-rate power to becoming very prosperous, all right? And so he unfortunately dies, and his son takes over, Hippias. Now, Hippias starts out benevolent like his father, but that intoxication of being a tyrant, right? It's too alluring. And he takes on the modern version of being a tyrant when we think of the word tyrant today. All right. Well, this is where Cleisthenes comes in. Cleisthenes basically realizes that this is his epic moment, his moment to be a hero, a Homeric hero. And he puts together a group of people, and they basically take over and they banish him from Athens. Cleisthenes comes in and he begins to initiate a series of reforms. But there are other aspiring individuals in Athens, and Asagoras comes from an aristocratic family, and he looks at Cleisthenes and he says, this guy, he's got a lot of juice in Athens. I don't know that I can bring him down. You know, he's got a good message. He has a lot of reforms that he's doing. So I'm going to go to Sparta, one of the rivals of Athens. He goes, and I'm going to put together a Spartan army, and we're going to come back, and we're going to take Athens, and we're going to initiate a new form of government, a militaristic government that's ruled by oligarchs, all right? So he comes, and they take Athens over, and he banishes Cleisthenes, all right? But the important part to this story, the mob, or the demos, the citizens of Athens, they rise up in this moment, this epic moment in Western civilization history. And they basically expel the Spartans. And they basically now say, what are we going to do next? They say, bring back Cleisthenes. So they bring back Cleisthenes. And Cleisthenes basically gathers all the male citizens of Athens. And I'm not going to get into those broad definitions of citizenship at this time. And he brings them to the Agora, which is the political center of Athens. And he initiates something that's revolutionary. The idea that a poor farmer and an aristocrat would stand side by side with each other and cast a vote on whether they go to war, how they raise taxes, if they're going to build a road. All of this would be done by the average citizen. And he expands the political base. And what he does is every 9 days, he has a large group of 400 Athenian citizens come in and vote on all of these processes. So this is this process of starting democracy in the West. It was slow, but it eventually takes root, all right? So I wanted to just do a quick PowerPoint. I know I was throwing a lot at you folks. I had 10 minutes to do this. So again, Cleisthenes is given credit as the father of democracy from Athens, and he is, but there are other individuals that kind of paved the pathway for Cleisthenes. And so thus we have the origins of democracy, that idea that the average citizen could cast a vote just like anyone else. And I conclude by saying, again, these epics, in my opinion, had a profound influence on the path toward democracy in the West. Bienvenidos, everyone. I hope you enjoy the symposium. I'm very proud to be a part of it for the last 10 years. And we have some incredible speakers for the next 2 days. So welcome to Santa Fe Community College and the Santa Fe World Affairs Symposium. Thank you.